Hey, welcome back to Tool Talk. Today we're going to look at the multi-tool blade to see what relevance there are between different types of blade, the cost of blade, availability, and whether any of that matters. First of all, as you can see, what we've got on display are a range of blades from different manufacturers, wood and the bimetal. So from over here we've got Makita, Bosch, we've got Erbauer, Smart and Minotaur. The comparisons we're going to do are how good the wood is against the bimetal, whether it makes a difference on usability, on cost and availability. First we'll start off on the availability. Firstly, you can see I've split it up into two different categories. You've got your same day availability, other one is your next day. Is that convenient? Is it not? We'll find out. First of all, let's go to the same day. We've got the Erbauer, we've got the wood only. Now this blade, nice simple wood cutting blade, available straight off the shelf, £4.99. Is that better to go for than the bimetal, which does obviously the wood and metal? Again, straight off the shelf at £8.29. Then we go on to our multi-packs. We have the Smart pack, three different types of wood blade, and we have the bimetal. We've got the fine tooth wood blade in there. It says a Japanese tooth wood blade. I don't know what that is. A wider blade, and then we've got an narrow blade as well. This pack here, 4 blades, £14.98 straight off the shelf. Moving on, we're going on to the Minotaur blade. This is a pack of 8. This one comes in at £17.98. Only another £3 more than the Smart pack, but you get double the amount of blades. We've got the 34mm fine tooth blade. We've also got a 68mm, so we've got a wider blade for fine precision work. You've got two 34mm precision cutting blades. We've also got two 68mm precision cutting blades. And then we've got two lots of bimetal, 44mm and the 28mm. Next day delivery, got the Makita. This one was £9.79. This is the 24mm Starlock. We also have the bimetal Makita. This one is the 32mm Starlock. This one came in at £15.19. We've also got the Bosch. This is a curved wooden blade. This one came in at £14.98. And then we have Starlock bimetal, again curved system. This one came in at £17.98. I'm looking at this board here and I can see for the same price as a Bosch single wood blade, I can buy a pack, penny for penny, of 4 blades from the Smart system. And again, for the Bosch single bimetal, I can buy a full pack of Minotaur 8 blades, penny for penny. Is it worth having one blade for the price of 8? Let's find out. So we've just set this up. We're going to do a bit of a test on the blades. We've set out 7 cutting points, 30mm each. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we've got our 12-inch straight cut. We're going to time it from the off. So as soon as I start the machine up and I go into my first cut, we'll start the timer there and it'll stop as soon as I've reached this line and crossed over. We're going to first test out the Smart. We're going to go through the wood, then the bimetal. Then we're going to move on to other brands, do the same again with wood and bimetal. Then we can do a comparison across the brands and against the type of blade. Now I've just finished doing the testing with the blades and we've got some interesting results. The Erbauer with the wood came in at 1 minute 43, where the bimetal came in at 2 minutes and 3. Not as impressed with what I thought it would be. The Smart came in with the wood blade, that was 1 minute 52. The bimetal came in at 1 minute 14, so quite a bit of time saving there. Minotaur, 1 minute 53 on the wood and 1 minute and 10 on the bimetal. As you can see, between the wood and the bimetal is a bit of a saving in time on the bimetal, and that shows again with the Makita. This one came in at 1 minute 37, which is the wood, and the bimetal was just 1 minute and 4 seconds. That's quite a bit of difference, just over half a second. Then we come to Bosch, which seems to be an overall champion when it came to the times. We have the wood coming in at just 59 seconds and the bimetal at 56 seconds. very impressive. Looking at performance-wise, the more expensive range, which would be the Makita and the Bosch, they do perform so much better. But when you look at it, is it really worth spending so much more money? So if we use the Bosch bimetal, for example, that was £17.98 for a single blade Bosch at 56-second cut. You could buy a pack of Minotaur with 8 blades in it, and the bimetal came in at 1 minute and 10. But overall, looking at the results, I couldn't warrant spending the same amount for a single blade as what would do a pack, and that's just my opinion. If you're a DIYer that needs just a blade every now and then, Minotaur pack will be absolutely perfect. If you're a tradesman who's using it daily, who wants that performance, who wants that consistency, then maybe you might go for the Bosch or the Makita. Now, looking at the Smart, where you get a pack of 4, compared to the Minotaur, which however you say it, there isn't that much of a difference. With the wood, you've got 1 minute 52 on the wood blade there, and you've only got 1 minute 53, so 1 second difference. And then on the bimetal, you've got 1 minute 14 on the Smart bimetal against 1 minute 10 on the bimetal for the Minotaur. And you look at the price difference, you've got £3 difference with 4 blades in the Smart pack and 8 blades in the Minotaur pack. The Minotaur is actually quite good value for money, but again, if it wasn't on the shelf, I wouldn't sneeze at getting the Smart pack. Also, what we found when we opened the Smart and the Minotaur packs, there was actually coarse wood blades. Now, they might have performed very differently. They had longer teeth on them. They might have chopped through quicker, but we kept the consistency the same for all tests, having the fine tooth blades, as we only got the fine tooth blades for the Bosch, the Makita, and the Erbauer, so we kept it all the same, so it's a fair test. Moving on, we're going to do one more test, seeing how well and efficient the bimetal blades are going to cut screws. And then, once we've seen how they perform, we're going to try a couple of wood blades as well, because obviously if you're cutting a stud and you catch a screw, let's see how that blade comes out. One of our final tests then was basically checking to see how well the bimetal performed cross-brand, going through 3 screws. Now, all screws were the same type, thickness. We just basically put 3 in a row and just drove through them all. With the Erbauer, that was 16 seconds, 3 screws. The Smart was 24 seconds. Surprisingly to me, the Minotaur was only 9 seconds through 3 screws. That was quite impressive. The more expensive option, being the Makita and the Bosch, they were actually a bit slower. The Makita came in at 21 seconds and the Bosch at 18. So once we'd done that, we went on to our wood blades to see what would happen if we were to hit a screw whilst cutting. We didn't time these, but we just looked at the damage it would cause. Looking at the cheaper brands, they kind of went a bit of a U shape because obviously a bit of pressure trying to get through the screw. The more expensive seemed to stay a bit flatter, but still it ended up chewing the blades up. There's a couple of variables that we need to consider. It depends whether you're using your machine to go through, cut through plaster, cut through noggins, making access points into the walls. Depends on what sort of blade you're going to need and how often you need to replace them. So for me, which, as I say, I may contradict myself a little bit, if I was using them regular, I probably wouldn't go towards a premium brand. Because one, availability, you have to order them for next day. I'd find that quite inconvenient. Compared to the ones on the shelf, as I say, you got like for Smart, for instance, it held up its own quite well. You know, you can pick that up same day. If you need another blade, you can either get it or you can buy a couple of packs. It's still going to work out cheaper than getting the more expensive brands. Again, and again and again. If you're just a DIYer, you probably stay towards the cheaper brands, or if you're someone who doesn't use the blades very often, wants a bit of quality, you might go for the more expensive. So again, it just depends on what you're doing, where you're doing it, and how often you're doing it. So there you have it. We've done our test on a range of multi-tool blades, ranging from the premium to the budget. If you have liked what we've done today, please let us know. If you think we've missed something, add it in the comments below. Let us know what tool tests or challenges you'd like us to do. Put it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on that video.